So you surely know the game Hill Climb Racing, truly one of the OG mobile games. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be this poor little guy driving alone in his old little car inside the freaking volcano? There's just one little problem. Hill Climb Racing is a 2D game, and we can't see in 2D because we are 3D, and 2D is... So I guess I'm gonna be making my own Hill Climb Racing, but I'm gonna do it in 3D and in first person. Let's begin by creating a new Unity project and adding cube. Now, in order to have a functioning car, we need physics. So I started by coding some suspensions. There are several ways in which you can do this, but I opted for a raycast based method. We just need to simulate the force and the shock absorption of a spring. And we do that by... I don't know, it's physics, beats me. We just use this code, I guess. Anyway, this gives us a functioning suspension system. Let's just slap on some wheels and now we have a car. And finally, after adding some steering, we can now drive around. But it feels like we're driving on ice right now because there's no friction. So that calls for even more physics. You know, stuff like forward and sideways drag, Ackerman steering, gear ratios, slip ratio and traction force. Hold on a minute, I just realized I'm dumb. We don't need any of this as the car will only go forward and backward, which means physics go by, and this leaves us with an arcade car that roughly resembles Hill Climb Racing. But this car kinda sucks. I mean, it's just a cube with 4 wheels, so I guess I'm gonna be making my own car. But then I remembered that I absolutely suck at 3D modeling, which means... Hey man, I really need a...
No.
Come on, it's just a basic car.
No.
Well, thanks, I left all the details in the DM, see ya. In the meantime, I guess we can start working on some actual levels so we have an actual game. The first thing I did was hop onto Blender and start making a level by hand. But there was a problem with that. The levels in Hill Climb Racing are infinite, so we can't just make them by hand because that would take, well, forever. So instead, we'll have to use some procedural generation. So here's the plan. We use Perlin noise to generate a random curve, which we then translate into 3D, and that's gonna be our path. There's just one little problem. I don't know how to do any of that, which is kinda important, so... Luckily for us, the internet is full of smart people like Sebastian League, so all we gotta do is follow his tutorial about procedural world generation. And by that, I mean we do a little bit of code appropriation. The only problem is that this function was made for 2D Perlin noise, which generates a 2D map. So in order to generate a curve, I'll have to remove one of the D's. After that, I spent some time working on a basic curve editor, which, again, turns out to be pretty hard to do. Luckily for us, the internet is full of smart people like Sebastian League, who has a great tutorial about the curve editor. More code appropriation. So now that we have everything we need, we just have to generate a path that follows the values of the Perlin noise. And now that we have a curve, we just need to generate a 3D mesh. Luckily for us, the internet is full of smart people like Sebastian. Anyway, here it is, our brand new level generator where 99% of the code is definitely not stolen from someone else. Thank you, Sebastian. To make sure we get the same map every time, we use a seed for world generation. This also ensures we end up with a playable level and not something like this. After that, I added a gas can which can be used to refill your tank and some coins. And it looks like the text is backwards. I guess I didn't think that far when I made them in Blender. It is what it is. Let's just make them generate along the path, and I think we're pretty much done with map generation. And hey, would you look at that? Our brand new car model is done! Just in time! Now we just need to position the camera inside the car, add some UI and some sound effects of course. And I happen to know the perfect website that contains sound packs ripped straight from video games. Oh no, forget I said that. FBI, open up! But you know, I think it's still missing one important detail. 10 out of 10, just add a golden watch and some sunglasses and now I have 100% Cocalar experience. Next I want to add some car upgrades, so I need to modify the car script. To keep things simple, I decided to add 4 types of car upgrades: engine, suspensions, tires and air control. We also need an upgrade screen, but first I'm going to create a new scene for upgrading your car. And I just so happened to have found this garage model online, which is exactly what I needed. So... it seems the model is missing a few textures, but that should be a pretty easy fix. Then I added some lighting, I put a car on a platform and added the menu right next to it. But I think it could still use some extra oomph, if you know what I mean. Ah, there we go! And with this music we have 100% Balkan experience.
Ia zi, vericule, ce-i facem?
To make it look more like Hill Climb Racing, we're also tracking flips and backflips as well as total air time. But there is still one important thing left. There is no way to lose the game right now. If you flip your car or run out of gas, you are basically stuck forever. So I went ahead and added a neck to make sure there's something you can break. I mean, who wants to be the guy without the neck, am I right? To make it more convincing, I added this bleeding full screen shader effect from Sasquatch B Studios, as well as this little camera animation to make it look more like a broken neck. Finally, I added this nice animation at the end with all the stats from your current run. And there we go, hill climb racing in first person. But I think it could still use some finishing touches. Oh, so I added a distance tracker for the car, as well as distance milestones that reward you with extra cash. Then I added 2 more unlockable levels. The first one is a highway level where gas is hard to come by, so you need to maintain your speed to reach the next milestone. The second one is a night version of the highway which, okay, this looks pretty spooky. It's almost like I'm playing a horror game and fucking Freddy's gonna jump out of nowhere. And I guess we're finally done, right? Is it just me, or is the car tilting to the right? Okay, this is definitely not good. But hey, look at those nice breakdance moves. Oh no. Oh, now it keeps getting faster. We are running out of gas and it's still accelerating. Hypersonic speed. Light speed. We are breaking the time space continuum and entering another dimension. And it ran out of gas. Yeah, I think the game has some problems. I just hope it's gonna be an easy fix.
1 week later.
Well, I'm never making a car game again. You see, Unity rigid bodies have this little checkbox called freeze rotation, which, as the name implies, should freeze the rotation on that axis. Well, that was a fucking lie. So after 1 week of work, thousands of Google searches and a couple Coke cans, I finally managed to fix the game. I hope. If anything breaks, just blame Unity, I'll call it done. Now I can finally take a break and go outside for a change. It's burning! So it looks like I'm gonna be stuck inside for the time being, since going outside feels like entering the 7th circle of hell. Literally. Please send help. Luckily, I still have this Oculus from my university, so it looks like we're gonna make hill climb racing in VR. I just hope they don't realize I stole this from there. Anyway, VR port it is. Here we go. So here's a quick rundown of how to make a VR port in Unity. 1. Install the Oculus, the MetaQuest app and connect the device to your PC. 2. Install the XR Interaction Toolkit package and make sure to also include starter assets. 3. Add the XR origin, then also add some hands. 4. Replace all the existing controls with VR specific ones and make sure that every UI canvas is set to world space, since overlay isn't gonna work in VR. And that's it, you should be good to go. Don't worry, your house isn't gonna explode, but your game might. But with some extra work, we now have hill climb racing in VR for the first time ever. So what are you waiting for? Let's see some gameplay. Let's see. Oh, for real? No, let's go. Whoa. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, no! Okay, that's pretty extreme. Okay, now it's the first big hill. And yeah. And now we do a backflip. Oh! Oh! That was close. We're pretty far already. 3 kilometers. Whoa, no! Oh! Let's get smuggled.
Ia zi, vericule, ce-i face?
So, I've never told you before, but there's this secret little button here which can be used to get a shit ton of cash. That looks good to me. Okay, now it's accelerating so much faster. Holy sh! Oh my god! This is so hard to control! Holy f! No, 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 no! 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 Those flips! Okay, let's... Oh! Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Control. No! 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 Ah! Yeah, this one, the night level. Damn, this is very spooky. Why the fuck is this still on? Okay, okay, no, 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 no! I need that gas! No, I need to go back and get the gas. Oh, yes. Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, but we reach it. Yes. No! What? How? If you wanna try the games out, they are available for free on itch.io. Also, I just started a new Discord channel, so make sure to join if you wanna hang out and talk about games and stuff. Link is in the description. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to 1,000 subs, and getting monetized would really help me feed my Coke Zero addiction. That's all for today, see you in the next one.